up. There's no stopping this stoner in the Netherlands as Jorge Lorenzo takes a bad trip.
Oh, down he goes, and he is collected the championship leader.
Marco and Max go head-to-head in Spain, and so do the Supersport boys.
Oh, what on earth was that?
Starring Shines in the Superstock.
And that was excellent racing.
Mark Winterbottom takes us behind the scenes at NASCAR. Rally stars Brendan, Reeves and Rhianon Smyth join us in the studio. We preview this weekend's V8 Supercar round in Townsville and much more. Keeping you in the motorsport loop. This is Speed News Australia.
Hello everyone and welcome to Speed News Australia. I'm Bryony Ingerson filling in for Jessica Yates again this week, and we have another big show ahead. Okay, up next, WRC Academy stars Brendan, Reeves and Rhianon Smyth join us here in the studio, and shortly we look at Frosty's big day at NASCAR, and V8 drivers review this weekend's races in Townsville. You're watching Speed News Australia. Welcome back. Our guests this week are doing Australia proud on the world stage of rallying. Brother and sister duo Brendan Reeves and Rhianon Smyth are tackling their second season in the World Rally Championship Academy after finishing a credible 5th outright in its inaugural year. Guys, welcome to the Speed Studio.
Thanks for having us.
Good to see you, Brendan. I'll start with you. You've done one season in the WRC Academy.
Yeah.
What have you learnt in that first season that's helping you tackle this second year?
Well, first of all, it was such a big year, and last year we were a Pirelli Star driver, so that was one of the big challenges, that we didn't have to find the sponsorship. This year we do, but we've got back, and some of the things we learnt was just attack the stages flat out. Last year we took it a little bit easier and the car wasn't as reliable. This year the cars are really reliable and they've sorted them out, so really Rhianon and I working together and just driving as fast as we can, and that's what's getting us the good results.
Rhianon, flat out is a saying that's quite familiar to you, and how are you finding the learning curve in the second season?
Oh, look, it's fantastic. The best thing is that this year, from last year, I've learnt that I can go and approach other co-drivers that are up higher, you know, in the world cars, and ask them questions and learn more about just co-driving in general as well. So this year's a huge stepping stone for us because, we, like Brendan said, we want to go flat out, we want to win, so hopefully we can do that.
Brendan, you mentioned last year was a fully funded drive. This year, having to find the budget yourselves to race. Just explain what that involves and how much money do you need to raise?
Well, Ford and M Sport work together in providing the WRC Academy. So they provide a car, mechanics, Pirelli, the tyres, all the fuel. We just basically turn up with our helmets, but it's very expensive. It's 2 payments of around 90,000 Australian dollars. Just
Wow.
Depends where the dollar is at the time. That's one of the tricky things. But then we also have to get ourselves there from Australia to each round. There's 6 rounds in Europe. We also have to do our reconnaissance. We drive the roads first before we race. Then we have to do some testing because we can't just go over and drive the cars and expect to win like we did last year. It come very hard doing that. So it's around a $300,000 project, which is where Rhianon and I come in, just networking and trying to raise that money. This year's been hard, but we're getting there and getting the results, which makes a difference.
Exactly, Rhianon. Sorry to cut in. I understand that you've been really busy with the fundraising efforts. Tell us about some of the things that you're doing.
Yeah, look, I've come up with lots of ideas this year. One thing we've started is a supporters club, which we started last year. So supporters club, we have $100 fan members, we have $500 small business members, or we have $1,000 corporate. So that's where our supporters club starts, and some of our supporters club stuff is here, as you can see. And then we move on to, we've done things where we've had auctions on Facebook, which currently we've got an auction on Facebook at the moment. There's Peter Solberg things, there's Yari Maddy, there's Ken Block, there's countless, all the top, Chris Atkinson.
All those connections are coming in handy.
Exactly. So we've got a Facebook auction running at the moment. That's raising us lots of funds so that we can test in Finland. Also for Finland, I decided that we needed to raise more test budget. So on Facebook I advertised that you could get your name on our bonnet for $200, and I only put 20 places available. So they sold within 2 days, raised us $4,000 within 2 days. So everyone's paid for that straight away, and that's more money. We also run a function every few months. So this Saturday we've got a function in Tasmania down at Launceston, and that's also going to raise us money through the door, raffles, all those sorts of things. So I do lots of different things throughout the year, and this year so far, from all the Supporters Club, the little sponsors we've found, we've raised about $100,000 just through that. So it's been absolutely amazing to think that, you know, your little Australian that's, like I was saying before, a 17-year-old kid in our Supporters Club that works hard to pay $100 to join our club. So it's just amazing. The normal everyday public people are helping us, and we've got about 200 supporters now that are getting us there, so it's fantastic.
Well, I know there's a lot of the speed crew here eyeing off that bottle of Sauv Blanc, so I'm pretty sure you're going to raise some more money before you leave here today.
Yeah, well, that's another one of our things. We actually have the driven wine, so the wine is another thing that helps us raise money. Every case we sell is $120 a case, and then we get 60 towards our rallying.
Fantastic.
So it's fantastic.
Now, Brendan, you've already competed in 2 events so far this year in Portugal and Greece, finished 2nd and 3rd outright respectively. So a great start to the season. Rally Finland the next test, not too far away. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, we've had quite a long break since Greece and Finland, and the biggest change is that Greece was the roughest rally of the year. Now we're going to the fastest rally of the year. So we're planning a test on the Sunday before the event to try and get ourselves ready. We've also got a really good driver coach coming there to help us with that and try and prepare ourselves. We found where we lost the time last year was on the sharp crests and the fast section, so we're really trying to change our notes to suit our driving style over those crests and do some big jumps like you see on the TV. And last year we just weren't getting the car to fly through the air like we should have because it's a really light car and we're backing off a bit too much. So this year we're really going to attack and try and get some stage wins as well, which help for the championship points, getting a stage win per per stage win. So in the end of the championship that really adds up, and if you can get a few championship points by winning some stages, it's going to make a big difference.
And there is a massive prize on offer for the winner of the WRC Academy this year.
Well, last year it was €500,000. They've put that into a program this year, and you can either choose to do 5 rounds in the Super 2000 Championship for next year's WRC, which would be a 4-wheel drive 2-litre naturally aspirated car, and then you'd find the funds to do some extra rounds, or you can do the whole 13 rounds in an R2 car like we're driving this year. So it's good, it's giving you options there, so you can go and do the 13 rounds, get the experience, or just go and make the step up to an S2000 car. So we'd try and go to the S2000 car because we're ready now to make that step up because we want to aim to be world champion, and to do that you need to get to a world rally car.
In Greece you celebrated 50 events together. I couldn't drive down to the supermarket with my brother without having an argument. How have you managed to do 50 events together?
I think it's been fantastic. We've been lucky that some of our 50 events have taken us around the world. So for us, celebrating 50 was really exciting because it was a bit of a milestone, and from everything we've been through in our short career, it was really exciting to reach that and then get on the podium at the event as well. So 50 was pretty exciting for us.
It was nice to get the points for our 50th one. That helped, and there was quite a lot of promotion for that because there's no other brother and sister team in the WRC at the moment. So, and also being Australians helps a lot as well. So everyone was quite excited about us doing 50 events together. They couldn't quite believe that.
I can't quite believe it either. And also great to see you guys at Targa Tasmania again this year, racing in the Mazda. Of course, running 3rd outright, I think, until a bit of a disappointing end, but they say that's racing.
Well, it's such a long event, and we've done it now. It was my 4th Targa, Rhiannon's 5th, and we really love Targa Tasmania. It's one of my favourite rallies that we've done right around the world, and it was over 600 kilometres. So to get to that last day in 3rd, and the sun had come out, it was drying out, the car was going really good, and then we didn't get to the finish, so that was a real shame, but hopefully next year.
Let's hope so. Well, guys, it's been great to have you in here. Thanks for dropping in on your very busy schedule, and all the best for the Finland Rally in the coming weeks. Thanks, guys. Okay, straight